Proposals to ensure criminals face up to 5 years in jail for abducting cats and dogs have moved closer to becoming law after they cleared the Commons.
The pet abduction bill would apply in England and Northern Ireland and creates 2 new offences and will now be sent to the House of Lords for further consideration.
Well, animals are regarded as property under existing theft legislation, but campaigners argue that the emotional value of pets needs to be recognised and the distress caused if they're stolen. Well, let's speak with the Conservative Member of Parliament sponsoring this legislation, Anna Firth. Delighted to speak with you, Anna. And I have to say, this is an issue that really gets people going. We've been seeing people send in their pictures of their pets throughout the programme, which has been delightful. But people really, really do care. For many people, pets, they're just another member of the family.
That's exactly right, Tom, and thank you very much for having me on. It's a very exciting day today because my private member's bill has passed its final hurdle in the Commons and it's now off to the House of Lords, taking it that much closer to becoming law. But you're absolutely right. We've got a gap here between the law and reality. Under the current law, pets are treated as no different from losing your mobile phone or a bag being stolen or a power tool, whereas actually we know that that's not what a pet is at all. Pets are irreplaceable. There's an emotional bond. Many people now have pets as therapy. They are companions. They're real members of the family. And the law needs to be brought up to date. It needs to recognise the role that pets play in our lives, because at the moment there's no deterrent. This is a low risk, high reward crime. And by bringing the law up to date, I'm hoping we will be able to put the callous criminals that steal people's pets behind bars where they deserve to be.
Anna, I would be absolutely devastated if my cat were to be stolen. And I think many people would feel absolutely heartbroken. That's clearly the view of many of our viewers who are concerned about their pets being stolen. Is this a big issue in Britain, people having their pets stolen?
It is a big issue in Britain. It's not just a question of numbers, although the numbers are concerning and are rising. We have thousands now of dogs and cats, primarily, which are snatched every year, and it's on the increase. Last month, my local paper reported 2 men in a van next door in Benfleet, jumping out of their van in broad daylight and hitting a pensioner over the head with a piece of wood when he wouldn't give up his beloved Cocker Spaniel. A disgusting behaviour. And the consequence of that is that now the pensioner and his wife are actually too afraid to walk their dog. That sort of behaviour needs to be stamped on, and we need the correct laws which are going to be accompanied by the correct sentencing guidelines, to get these people, severely reprimanded and where necessary, put them behind bars.
Anna, I know that you're the successor to Sir David Amess, of course, in your seat, a champion for animal welfare and animal rights, who was so cruelly taken from us by a heartless act of terrorism. I know you're following in his footsteps, so I'm sure your constituents are very pleased by that. I don't want to put you on the spot, but of course we have seen a very concerning situation develop in Paris in the last few minutes. Of course, your predecessor was a big supporter of a free Iran, and the Iranian consulate has now been targeted in Paris. Do you think that British security services should be tightening up security and looking at the safety of embassies and consulates in London?
Well, I've literally just seen that footage, Tom, as I've been waiting to come on your show. And you're absolutely right. Sir David was a champion not only for pets, but for freedom, for Iran. And I have been championing the very brave women in Iran who have been treated despicably by that despotic medieval regime. I've literally just been watching the footage as I've been waiting to come on. It's not clear at the moment exactly what has gone on and who the person was, what was their affiliation. Clearly, there's speculation that this must be an Iranian dissident, and I think these sorts of events are always a wake-up call. We do have very good security services already in this country, but I'm quite sure that there will be conversations happening at the top of government with security ministers, to make sure our own embassies are as safe as they need to be.
Well, Anna Firth, thank you very much for coming on and talking us through not only your private members bill, but also this developing situation in Paris. Really appreciate your time. Now, we'll have the very latest lines from what is that developing scene in Paris as French police cordon off the Iranian consulate in Paris. A man has been detained after threatening to blow himself up. Much more after this.